Dapat kindergarten curriculum competencies.
So, its main purpose is to support their development in multiple areas, building a strong sense of identity, encouraging social and emotional growth, enhancing cognitive abilities, promoting physical well-being, and fostering positive attitudes. This curriculum aims to empower children through engaging, hands-on activities and experiences that match their age and developmental stage. By focusing on intellectual curiosity, creativity, teamwork, pride in their nation, and respect for diverse cultures, the curriculum helps nurture young learners who are ready for future learning and life challenges. So, the kindergarten curriculum has several key objectives centered on holistic development and preparing young learners with 21st century skills. So these goals include holistic development fostering growth in all areas, social, emotional, physical, and cognitive to nurture well-rounded individuals. Next is 21st century skills, equipping children with critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability skills needed for the future. Next is age-appropriate skills, providing activities that match children's developmental stages, ensuring they can learn in a way suited to their age and abilities. Next is intellectual stimulation, encouraging curiosity and a love for learning through engaging, thought-provoking experiences. Next is teamwork, teaching children to work well with others, building cooperation and communication skills. Last is nationalism and cultural responsiveness, instilling pride in their Filipino identity and respect for diverse cultures, fostering an inclusive and respectful outlook. So, the kindergarten curriculum is built on fundamental design principles that ensure it effectively supports young learners. These principles include learner-centered. The curriculum focuses on the needs, interests, and abilities of each child, ensuring the learning is meaningful and engaging. Next is learning-centered, emphasizing the process of learning itself. The curriculum encourages children to explore, question, and discover, fostering a lifelong love of learning. Next is developmentally appropriate. Activities and lessons are tailored to the developmental stages of young children, promoting growth in a way that aligns with their age and maturity. Next is play-based, recognizing the importance of play in early childhood. The curriculum incorporates play as a central method of learning, allowing children to explore and understand the world around them. Next is nationalistic. The curriculum encourages pride in Filipino heritage, values, and culture, helping children build a strong of identity and belonging. So, the kindergarten curriculum is guided by fundamental philosophical beliefs that shape its educational approach, including every school is a home. This principle emphasizes creating a nurturing and safe environment where children feel secure and valued, much more like a family setting. Next is learner and learning-centered. The focus is on the child's needs and interests, ensuring that education revolves around what works best for learner. Next is active learners. Children are encouraged to be engaged and participatory in their learning experiences, exploring and discovering through hands-on activities. Next is guiding teachers. Educators act as facilitators to support and guide children in their learning journeys, fostering independence and critical thinking rather than simply delivering information. Last is family involvement. The curriculum recognizes the essential role of families in a child's and learn from diverse perspectives.
So, let's proceed to the developmental domains. So, developmental domains refers to specific aspects of growth and changes in children. So, the major domains of development are physical, cognitive, language, and social emotional. So, the contents of each developmental domain are defined by the learning expectations. So, there are six. So, the first one is the literacy, language, and communication. So, in this, the learners will develop their literacy, language, and communication skills. For example, the learner will develop their communication skills toward others. So the second one is the socio-emotional development. So it is basically expected to develop emotional skills and basic concept. So the third one is the values development. So it demonstrates positive attitude. For example, the child will demonstrate good attitude toward others. So the fourth one is the physical health and motor development. In this, the learners will develop their fine and gross motor skills. For example, in writing, the learners will develop their fine motor skill. So the fifth one is the aesthetic or creative development. So the learners will express their thoughts through drawing. Last but not the least is a cognitive development. So the learners will develop their critical thinking skills and insights, and also the learners will think critically. Now let's proceed to the pedagogical approach. So pedagogical approach refers to the way of teaching learners by taking into consideration the relationship between culture and techniques of learning. So there are 5 techniques on how to teach young learners. So the first one is a constructivist approach. So in this, the learning should be aligned and it is the center of all learning process. And also, teacher is the facilitator. So the second one is a play-based approach. So we all know that in kindergarten, it should be play-based. Also, it is the foundation of children in learning process because through playing, they are learning. Not just by playing, but also they are learning. So the third one is the inquiry-based approach. So the learners will engage in exploration and investigation by asking questions. For example, in the discussion, the learners ask questions that she or he didn't understand. So the teacher will answer the students' questions. So the fourth one is the collaborative approach. Very common and understandable that the learners will work collaboratively. For example, the learners are doing group project and then they need to work as a team. The fifth one is the reflective approach. In this approach, what the learner and the teachers are doing. For example, if the teacher gave an activity to the learners and then after that, the teacher will evaluate if the activity is effective for the learners. In assessment in kindergarten education, so the assessment of kindergarten learner is done through regular and continuous observation. It aims to gather important information that will describe the progress of a child's growth and development. It is also this observation that the learner's knowledge, skills, abilities, and behavior are recorded through the daily routines as seen in the observance of the blocks of time. So there are 3 examples or more about on how to check the progress of each students. So the first one is the checklist. You will check what is the absence and the presence of the learner's behavior. Second one is the anecdotal records. You need to write the details about the learner's strengths and weaknesses. So the third one is the portfolio. Further supports by collecting outputs of the learners. So those are some examples on how to track the progress of these students.
These are references. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you all learned something.